federal government has responded to recent remarks by Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II concerning the economic reforms introduced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Speaking at a public event in Lagos, the former central bank governor acknowledged the necessity of the reforms, but declared his choice to refrain from supporting the government. In a statement by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, the federal government expressed disappointment in Emir Sanusi's comments. While affirming his right to critique government policies, the statement highlighted the Emir's admission of withholding truth due to perceived personal grievances. The government emphasized that the current reforms, including the unification of exchange rates and the removal of fuel subsidies, are pivotal for Nigeria's economic recovery. Idris stated that though challenging in the short term, the policies have already yielded measurable benefits, such as increased investor confidence, reduced debt service to revenue ratios, and improved fiscal sustainability. The statement also urged Emir Sanusi to rise above personal interests and contribute to the ongoing efforts to reposition the Nigerian economy. This is a critical time for our country. What is needed is collaboration, not unnecessary distractions, Idris stated. The government also reiterated its commitment to inclusivity, sustainability, and shared prosperity while remaining open to constructive dialogue with all well-meaning stakeholders. Well, this is Sanusi, trying to withhold his comment as regards the economic reforms, and how the federal government are slamming him that he's doing that out of grievances. So I'd like to get your thought on this, Dr. Henry.
Thank you. Whether that comes as a result of grievances from the persons of Emir of Kano State, Emir Sanusi II, for me, sometimes they said, or we said, look, let us take the message and leave the messenger. Sanusi was in Lagos when he made this statement. He was one of the speakers of that event, that he chose to refrain from supporting the government
constitutional reform.
Of course, constitutional reform. Sanusi is an economist. He was the governor of the Apex Bank, that is the Central Bank of Nigeria. Irrespective of the differences he had with the then President, Goodluck Jonathan, which people assume that led to his removal from office and all of that. He is a man that is respected globally due to his contribution to Nigeria's economy when he was the central bank governor. Now, aside from that, looking at his statement, I don't want to stretch much. And I want to say the reasons why I don't want to stretch much on that is this. He made this remark in Lagos State, and it's trending. And on that note too, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Idris Mohammed, came to respond that, look, this is a time that they need all hands to be on deck in supporting the present government to ensure that everything is, is done to really take Nigeria economy from point A to point B. I agree with that. But let us look at which premise that, Sanusi II, the Emir of Kano, is coming from. Now, he's coming from the angle as an individual. Note, he is not speaking because he's an Emir of Kano. He's speaking because he was invited to that event to speak. And he chose to say that. So for me, he spoke as an individual, saying that I choose to restrain from not supporting the current government. It's best known to him why he said what he said. But when you look at what the Minister of Information highlighted of being, the activities of this government, what they are trying to do to show that Nigerian economy is taken from where it is to the next level and also sustained.
And that it has attracted foreign investors. It has boosted foreign investors' confidence in the economic reform.
You see, when you put things right in your house, people visiting your house will not be, finding it difficult to come to your house because they know that already things are being put in place.
All right.
Now, why am I saying that? We always go to, when we visit some countries around the world or here in Africa, we said we go there to war in investors. Now, tell me, which investor would like to plunge in his or her money into an economy that is not stable? No investor will want to do that.
Well, from what Idris has said now, that the federal government has worked on the inflation rate and also the fuel subsidy as well. They're trying to put things in order.
Currently the inflation rate is about 34.8%. I don't know what the NBC will come up this January as against December, because the inflation of December is not known. I'm talking about as at November, which is 34.8%.
All right.
Now, if you talked about the inflation of an economy of that high, what are the measures put on ground by this current administration to take Nigeria out from this economic quagmire we found ourselves? What trajectory are they following that Nigeria have seen and saying, okay, it is true that Nigeria economy will be okay, will be right, will be stable in a very short while?
All right, so let's also take a look at the Idris's comments, where he says that the federal government, the Tinubu's administration, is open for inclusivity and they're open to accepting critics. But then we've had instances of people who have criticized the administration. We have the likes of Peter Obi, we have the likes of Atiku Abubakar, we also have the likes of Sanusi II now. I mean, what would you make of their style of accepting critics, just like they rightly mentioned?
You cannot probate and reprobate at the same time.
Okay.
You cannot tell me that you open to criticism and at the same time you lampoon those persons who have criticized your government in one way or the other. So what are you trying to tell me? You are telling me that you love me, but at the same time there is nothing showing that actually you do love me. So how would that is projected to the people that actually what you are saying is true or not true? So for me, if you are saying that you are open to criticism, it means that whenever Nigerians are saying something against your government, what you need to do as a president or as a group or as a spokesperson of the government, have you taken time to investigate that and to see that is the trajectory the people following in criticizing us, are they okay? Are they saying the right thing? If they are saying the right thing, what steps are you taking to ensure that the right thing is being done?
All right.
You understand the point? So it's not something you should be saying, this is for me, this is radio talk or television talk. So let the right thing be done. If you are open to criticism, whenever somebody is saying something, take a look at what the person is saying, analyze it. If you take the bad side out and absorb the good one. Because the good one will help you to reposition your government and take the right steps to make sure that Nigeria economy have it right.
All right.